All right, we are live. Welcome back, everybody. Hopefully, everyone had a wonderful day yesterday, and we are going to jump right into it. Basically, we can see overnight the market has moved basically nowhere for the most part, right? For the most part, trading inside the previous day's value. So, looking like today, the open's going to be inside the previous day's value. We know that can be choppy, right? We haven't really got to see that. We've been opening on some gaps and some spikes lately, so it'll be interesting today. Some key things that we want to be paying attention to are going to be, you know, are we going to test above yesterday's value, right? So if there is a test above yesterday's value, above that Globex high, then, the odds start to increase that they look to go test that gap or at least this excess up here. If there is no push above that Globex high, then this is going to be showing us acceptance of these lower prices, and then there's good odds that we, continue the descent that we've been on for the past couple of days. What happened there? Um, the Netflix killed its earnings yesterday, and Netflix actually doing really well. Morning, Dr. VJ. So that could be a driver this morning, right? A lot of people like the options or the tech earnings. Morning. You see it? I can never say it. I'm sorry, bro. What's up, P? Um, but yeah, a lot of people liked the Netflix earnings apparently because Netflix went up a pretty decent amount too. So people would kind of be focused on that. We don't really have any economic news kicking off today. Not that I've seen at least. Yeah, we do have a couple Fed speakers today. Fed Waller's on today. Harker's on right now. And yeah, just nothing until we get, all the COT reports. But other than that, that's it. One of the feds, I was trying to remember his name. I couldn't remember who it was, but one of the feds, um, is basically kind of like saying that we need to keep rates higher for longer. So he's basically a little bit more, um, what would you say, like a little bit more bearish, I guess, than the rest of them. Or they call it hawkish, a little bit more hawkish. There's the word. That's what I was trying to think of, hawkish. Laker, good morning. Roach, good morning. Pop, good morning. Double R, good morning. Yeah, I think, there's a good possibility that it might be a slow day as well. It is options expiration, so it may just be kind of a back and forth. Kevin, good morning. Fum, good morning. So it may just kind of be a back and forth that I don't know if today will be so directional. With the Netflix earnings, I kind of expected the market to be a little bit more bullish. So I'm kind of be watching Netflix to see if Netflix falls apart. If Netflix falls apart, then we can assume it was just the old pop, lock, and drop situation, and we'll be looking for that value area low. So, but we'll see. I don't know if the trade is going to be if there's going to be a trade really right away. I think the best odds would be looking for that breakout of that Globex high and then targeting a gap fill. That's 50. Saw a great quote. The market is a tool to transfer money from the impatient to the patient. Yeah, for real. That is a good quote. A lot of volume coming in right here. This was up 1.8. Yeah, it's holding a pretty decent trend too, Tesla. All right, now we're ready. Got about 2 minutes. Oh, he has a big ass. Oh yeah, 360. Getting a little bit volatile right before the open here. Volume coming in too. Insta flush right off the open. Buyers show up at that 26. You see the tick opens up very positive. The breath's up pretty positive here. Very choppy here, right to the Globex point of control. Makes sense. And we figure overnight inventories for the most part long. A little bit of inventory correction is kind of expected. Coming right back down underneath the VWAP here. A bit of buying showing up right there at the 22. Let's see if they try to reoffer that though. Yeah. So tick almost back down to 0 right away. So pretty quickly falling apart here. Volume coming in there at the 22 again. So we kind of went right to the Globex low there, or the Globex value area low, and short started to cover right below the point of control. Now they come back down, sell it again. All of the sectors have flipped red. Only thing that we don't have confirming continuation yet is really a break of the Globex low and a negative tick, but it looks like we're about to get a negative tick here fairly soon. The VIX, the VIX actually came down towards the end of the day yesterday, even though the gap didn't fill. The VIX is kind of trying to climb up here, and then the dollar is also trying to climb up as well. NASDAQ doesn't look as weak as the ES. The Dow looks really weak. Back down to the settle, so you figure overnight inventories back to net neutral. They're still targeting that Globex low. For some reason, just getting kind of pinned here at this tick. Kind of struggling to break below zero, and then look at the weighted AD, like a fucking beam of light in the storm here, saying buy me, because it's going green and every sector is red. Like, kind of weird. Not something we see very often. And that's because we're seeing like relative strength in, well, Netflix is propping the market up. It's up 6%, still 7%. Google's up 2.5%. Microsoft's up 1.35. Tesla's almost up 1. So the things that are up are kind of up a lot, but there's not a lot of things that are up. And now we're seeing the weighted AD roll over. And now we're seeing the tick go below zero. Now we should see the Globex low get taken. Tapering right there on the low. And volume coming in right on the previous day's settle.
Might get some short covering over 19.
Yeah, if they can pop it back up there. It looks like this thing's about to puke.
Yeah, I was just saying, like, if you're getting short against this, I wouldn't have your stop super high.
Oh, right. Yeah. If you're getting short down here, yeah, that's a good point.
counts are getting like more, they're leaning toward the downside, but it's still early. And this thing can flip pretty quick, I'm pretty sure.
Pretty wide range comparatively. Like, I mean, 17 points I know is not like a huge range, but comparatively to the past couple of days, it's a lot wider than it has been. So, a little bit more volatile just to start the day. And then, you know, today is OPEX, the first OPEX of the year. So all those people that rolled calls and puts and all that stuff off from last year to this year are, you know, trying to readjust as the end of the month is here, options wise. And like TJ said, if you took a short and you didn't take profit and we get above 19, you're going to have to be careful with that stop. Because it can start to get a pretty short cover up there. A bunch of volume kind of stacking up on the 21 for the reoffer. Seller came in right there on the 19, trying to hold the market down right. If they can hold again.
Yeah, it looks like there's some trap shorts below 17.5 that we're getting short late. Short covering.
Yeah. Hello? Morning, Tommy. Yeah, so it looks like the market wants this 24 up here. That's kind of that's where like the next offer was at. A lot of volume came in below us. You saw the point of control shift below, and then the market bounced here. So really the key now just becomes, are they just going to keep riding this thing up and get above the open? And because really once above the open, that Globex high is just going to be, taken out. So, I mean, there's no real, I don't see a real reason to fight it. We went down to the Globex low, couldn't handle it, came all the way back up to the Globex high. So if we take the open, it should be a fairly simple move. Let's wait to see if buyers can get over the open, though. That's the thing. It's like, because we're starting to see a little half pipe form here. And so if buyers can't, I mean, if buyers can hold the 22, that's kind of where we saw a lot of that volume. That'd be a good look. But it could still slip back down into that kind of lower distribution. So they're kind of assuming here that the market, moved lower initially, accumulated a bunch of inventory, and is now kind of getting rid of that inventory. And so really what has to happen now that the auction's back to neutral, they have to, kind of decide, okay, am I going to buy it here? Am I going to sell it here? And remember, the Globex levels are important because it can show a little bit of strength, but where was value at yesterday? Well, they bought it at the same spot. So unless we start seeing a big volume increase higher than this 18, really we probably shouldn't be buying it unless it's that level. I mean, I did like the 22 level, but well, maybe not this early. It's really interesting today, guys, that we're seeing mostly red in our sectors, but our weighted AD is actually positive. So what we can probably just assume is that most of the selling going on this morning is old business. If this market is getting sold but um, not going down really, that it's kind of old business. And if this weighted AD continues to hang above the zero line, I mean, sectors are flipping back to green. The Nasdaq looks pretty strong. Volume's trying to come in up here at the 24. They held the 22 pretty decently there. Let's see this 24, 24, 25 area. Hello? You're getting a little ledge right here that's forming. Seeing a lot of volume come in, but no push higher, so someone's trying to absorb here. Look at 11,000 volume, so it's already doubled here. And the race is on. So pop the open, do what you do, and take us above the Globex high. And then just go fill the gap, okay? All in one shot. So big volume starting to come in around the 22 now. That's kind of weak, I think. I know the chart kind of telling us strong. Well, no real hardcore pullback there at least, so. If we pull back though all the way to like the 22, that's kind of weak because we're right here next to the open. Can't take it. That'd be kind of a weak look. Things are starting to perk up though. They're trying to.
They pulled that volume on the 22.
Yeah, what the fuck are they doing?
25. Watch 25. There was a ton of volume on 25.
Yeah, it's like they held it right there for a second just to fill everything. I thought they were gonna go. Damn, like I'm out of that trade. I took it from that 25 up.
Oh, yeah, good, nice trade.
Yeah. I thought we were gonna go though. I was like, oh, game time gonna be done early. I just loved 2020. It was just like, you know, it was the
Yeah,
easiest
when you
time
get
to
on the
trade.
right side, it would go.
Yeah. I mean, you didn't even have to be on the right side. You just had to be patient enough for it to come to the level that you pretty much always got a breakout.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, just
Yeah.
start going, it kept going, and you just sat back and
Exactly.
collected money.
Exactly. Yeah, it was like a fucking ATM. Now we gotta deal with this fucking choppy mess all the time. The Russell's on the high. So is the Nasdaq. I got a nice Nasdaq trade today too, from deviation 1 to deviation 2. I'm drinking this drink called I think it's called Zoa Healthy Warrior Energy Drink. It has the rock on it, the black atom. It's not that good. No offense, but it's really just not that good. Yeah, the Nasdaq just popped hardcore, yeah. Yeah, it wasn't a bad little trade. I got in 11,434 to 11,444. 10 points. Yeah, ES is kind of holding back, and the Dow's on the low. If you take a peek at the Dow looks like a bag of shit. And you're kind of seeing the unweighted here deviate a little bit from the weighted. When's Party City gonna explode? You know what I mean? Like, wait. All right. Fingers on the trigger. If this thing doesn't break the open again and gets back below 25 where all this volume's at, it's almost like it's gonna fall apart. But like I mean, it's gotta break the open. Doesn't look like there's any real. Doesn't look like there's any business going on here. Look at the volume, relatively light. We're already 30 minutes in. 173,000 contracts traded. It's pretty weak. At least I feel like it is. Felt like B will pop. Well, Nasdaq's coming back down a little bit as well. This period ends. You can see. There's B period. Actually, the volume's relatively in line with yesterday. Not no difference, almost less than 1% difference than yesterday. No, the existing home sales just came out month over month. I didn't see that. I swear investing site. I must have it set up wrong. Because I used to see everything, and now I feel like I see nothing. Oh yeah, existing home sales. Okay, it's on there. Never mind. I just didn't pay attention to it. Yes. No real change though. I mean, little look below here. Little break of trend, but just right back to the VWAP. I would say the trend to watch is actually.
Yeah, I don't think anything serious is going to happen unless we could like establish above like 40 area or maybe down below the 98 area. I
Yeah.
think we're just going to chop around in this range, which is a decent range, but it's kind of hard to do anything.
Yeah, right now all we have is value area high and value area low, and I don't really want to be fading value area high on the, kind of like the third test if it goes back up there.
Exactly.
If anything, I just wanted to fucking go build a gap up above so we can be fucking done. Stuck shorts at 23. Let's see if they can take their stops. They're trying to lift here. And we're kind of starting to have an early sign that we're seeing short covering. Right, you kind of have the loop of the P, even if you look at the volume profile, right? Kind of loop of the P and then the stem. So little short covering, and we have this mechanical B low. So really, this is now kind of like a tradable instance or tradable area even more because, one, we liked the 22 area before, but now we have all these other things kind of lining up. It's current halfback, it's previous day's halfback, it's VPOC from the previous day, and then we've seen it be kind of a rejected level. So any kind of test back down into that level should hold is basically what I'm saying. And if it doesn't hold, then that's when we can expect the market to roll over. So we've found kind of our LIS area here now. We kind of carved it out early, at least. Morning, Don. Let's see. 399 on top. Nice, finally. Let's go. Fill the gap. Fill the gap. So there's the Globex high. Still good for continuation here. Some decent volume coming in up here. You're long Bitcoin from 2950. Yeah, I mean, it looks good. Seller's really giving an offer here on this 35. All right, I'll be right back, guys. All right. So now, as we, obviously got some trap shorts as we see the weakness in the profile, what we're kind of looking for, if the market is going to continue to move to the upside and try to target this gap where these longs are trapped, is we would like to see this kind of get back and filled. That would show a sign of strength. If not, more short covering, because we assumed early, right, that we had a P profile that short covering was happening. Well, when short covering happens, we know it can spark a short covering rally, and we can only confirm or kind of deny the short covering rally got convinced more buyers to jump in this case, because we're moving up, if volume starts to shift up, right? So, I mean, we're starting to see a little bit of volume here, and it's above the Globex high, so I kind of like that for a continuation to the upside. But we want to just keep seeing this volume shift up, and then, I mean, really, if we don't retrace any of this, you're going to start seeing even more short covering, I think. But then we can kind of almost expect this area up here. I mean, really, all the way down to the gap too, we can expect longs that are trapped to start taking profit. Because this is the T2 low here. We can move this up a little bit. So as soon as they get back in that range, they would, be kind of probably close back to break even, I'm sure. So I'm thinking Roach is on the right path. I think that we probably, I mean, unless there's acceptance really above this area, like Roach was saying, we'll probably just balance. So, if you didn't catch the initial breakout above the Globex high, don't try to chase this thing long. You're gonna have to be patient and wait for pullbacks today, I think. I know the market kind of turned green, but I mean, I just don't trust it. The breadth is staying pretty strong here, though. I mean, it flipped red for a second, but it's back to green, and it's looking pretty strong. The Nasdaq looks, I mean, it looks like it's trying to hold a little bit higher here as well. Offer moved down right there to the 32, trying to like, I don't know if they're trying to get filled or what. I think they were. The Dow's trying to make a comeback here.
$30.5 is where I'm looking to see if there's a reaction.
We have like right, yeah, right.
Oh, it's clean.
Yeah, I'd wait until that 24, 25 area. I mean, that, I mean, you'll probably be okay like 28 to 24 area. I think. The thing is, I mean, the tempo is kind of speeding up a little bit. So sometimes you want to see like those jumps back, kind of like what we're seeing now. Like you see those little jumps back as we get into a little bit of volume. So like that tells you, okay, there's some buyers
Right.
still. There's some buyers in there somewhere, you know. And so now if it comes back down and the tempo's nice and slow in this 28 to 24 area, that's where we can strike.
Gotta love the 50 EMA.
What'd you say? Oh, the 50 EMA? Yeah. Yeah, I was actually thinking about adding it to my little checklist thing. Because I like to call it the automatic trend on the 1 minute chart. Because it just lets you know, like, I mean, if you really look at this thing, guys, like, I mean, it really does kind of let you know if you really zoom out. And I'm sure, like, it's so easy in hindsight, of course, but when you really look at this thing, it kind of acts like an automatic trend line, right? Like you can see it tries to get support or whatever. But it kind of lets you know, like, okay, what am I doing? You know? Because sometimes you're taking a trade and you're like, you look back and you're like, oh, the fuck, I would just looked at this. Boom. And it kind of seems like that. Most of the trades that I take, it seems like the 1 minute chart happens to be on the one side or the other of the 50 SMA. Not that you could just sell it and buy it, right? That wouldn't work, but another little
Yeah, that definitely works.
another little token to keep you on sides. So like right now, let's say like you're like, I'm getting short, right? Well, I mean, there is opportunity here to get short, right? But your best trade is to short, short the open and then fade it and try to fade it back to like the 24 or like even just to the 50 SMA, which is like the 28 or 28, 27 half. Until it really gets accepted below that, and then below the VWAP as well, because we know the VWAP is really like the line at the tug of war, like the line in the middle of the rope or whatever, the fucking knot in the middle of the rope.
Yeah, it's almost like our profile, like our VWAP is our volume profile, and the 50 is like our time profile.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, and it's like the mean. Yeah, the blue line's the 50 EMA. See, so and then like right there, like you see it hold trend pretty much 3 times here. So no, but it pretty much holds that trend, and so now when you get these trends that start to form, like there's one here. When we start the trend, right? We made a higher low, higher high, higher low. If we make a higher high, you can start to see a trend start to develop here. And it can let you know, like, okay, if I'm fading the market, and I'm looking back, like, what the fuck am I thinking? And that's what I was saying to Peter the other day, is like he was trading long on a day that was going down. And he actually finished positive, which was good, but he realized that it was gonna go down and switched short. And that's a skill that really is a skill that not a lot of people have because of that interpersonal bias. You know what I mean? Like people like get their mindset on, and I'm no absentee to a bias, right? Like I get biases just like everybody else. But having that ability to kind of identify, and whatever it is, if it triggers you, like, okay, this is doing this and this is doing that, and that means this, right? And that's only going to come from your time on the chart, from what you see specifically on the chart. Because like we've talked about, like it's a lot of pattern recognition. And that can't really come from from a book, because in books it's only the perfect patterns. Everything is kind of cherry picked, and sometimes you will see the perfect pattern and you'll be like, amazing. And then sometimes you'll see something that's like right close to it and you're like, oh. But what the TPO does for us is gives us that confirmation. Look at all the volume coming in up here now, above the Globex high, above yesterday's value. Like you've almost traded here 8,000, traded about 14,000, 11,000, 10,000 in this area yesterday in 4 or 5 sessions. This is in one session. But we're definitely getting a little shift of value. We're just not seeing any hard volume though, that's the thing. Made a lower high on the tick. We weren't really able to break this trend here. Now it's puking. Sometimes Sierra charts pisses me off. Like, I think I've made this thing, and I'll put it out this weekend. Because I just gotta reorganize it. Because I gotta. It's like kind of chaotic in there. So I just gotta like get rid of a bunch of the charts that I'm not using that I thought I was gonna have to use that I'm not gonna have to use. But basically, I'm gonna release the new chart book this weekend, and then I'll explain the chart and kind of how I use it to basically track the auction or track inventory. And I've been messing with Sierra charts for a while, but kind of figured out how to put it all in one spot now. So basically, it could be a tool for those of you guys that are like trying to learn more order flow. Now it's kind of popping that upside here. You're seeing volume shift up now too. See it turn white here. No, I've looked into harmonics before. James likes them. I can't do them. I just don't. I've always like liked Fibonacci's. I just like to see like how people trade them because I've seen people trade them intraday, like based off the previous day's range. And I was just really kind of looking for statistics, but couldn't find any. There's a gap. Gap. What's up, Patrick?
We see the NASDAQ dip below that second standard deviation there, and then once it got back above it,
Yeah,
I didn't trade it, but just saying.
it just happens like that all the time. It's crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
And then when
breaking yesterday's high and then coming back down to be a week.
What was that? Sorry, I had my head.
Breaking yesterday's high like that and then coming back could be bearish.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not bearish, but I'm just not yet. But we didn't really get up there and hold up there yet.
It looked like a lot of profit taking right there at the high too. Like a lot of people just like
Yeah.
that's where they were ready to be done.
Yeah, I'm like my gut, I guess, is telling me I'm bull. I think we're going up.
Me too.
But we're at an area where I can't really get long because we're at resistance. So I kind of just have to. I mean, I took scalps, a couple of scalps that I did good on, but you know, to have a bias, like I have a long bias, I just can't help it. But I shouldn't have a long bias where we're at. I guess.
Yeah, because this would be like longing into resistance. So I mean,
exactly.
as long as you understand that you're getting long, and if it doesn't start working right away, you got to cut it, and you can't be looking for fucking 20 points here.
Well, yeah, that's what you could take them quick scalps.
Yeah.
Anywhere really, especially me. I take 4, 6, 8 ticks is good for me. You know, I could do that anyway. But to have a buy, like in other words, if we establish up here a little higher, I'll still take the 4 to 8, 12 ticks maybe, but at least I'll have a long buy. I'll only take long. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, if you can get consistent on taking 8 ticks all the time, you can make a good profit.
I kind of have to do that. I tried with letting them run, and I just get alpha. It just don't work for me. I mean, not that I know it could. What happens is it just seems like the ones I let run come back on me. Then I get pissed off. I get into revenge trade. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you feel like you lost money even though you didn't.
Then I get mad.
Yeah.
You know, it's just I just need to take the quick profit, and I'm more consistent. And another thing that helps me is you don't make that big move. I get it, but you also eliminate more losses, so it does add up. You know what I mean? The quick couple ticks adds up. You know?
Oh, it does. Yeah.
Yeah. I still try to leave one here or there. Not saying I never would, but I got a scale at least. Then you don't get as pissed off.
Right. Yeah, because it is frustrating sometimes when the market's like, oh, I should be doing this, but I'm not gonna.
Yeah. I think it was like most of the month of December, and I struggled. I had a rough month, and a big part of it, well, there was a lot of mistakes I made, but a big part of it was trying to take a little bit bigger moves and, not getting them. And then, like then it just snowballed from there,
Right. You're starting to see a bid at 35 and an offer 38. Kind of like sandwiching price right here. But no big real increase in volume yet. So pops off 35 there. Let's see if it pops this 38. Oh, I think the party's about to start, guys. I think what we're seeing, I don't know. I think if we hold this 35 one more time, I think we might be seeing stop losses stacking right above us. And I'm talking like every couple of points, like every 10 points. My headphones down. All right. Game time. 50's got a big ass. Yeah, I feel like they're just kind of. I feel like they're kind of just getting in line. You know, to like, all right, well, I'm just gonna fucking run down the line and start slapping fucking stops out. Or maybe a pullback first. Or yeah, 450 lots. Yeah, that's a lot. Here's the test of that 35. Let's see if it holds.
Man, I just got back. Made a new high, huh?
Yep. We came right back down as soon as we did it.
This morning when I was looking at the chart, I was debating whether that'd be a good place to take a short in that gap if it's to look above and fell.
It was definitely Oliver steps back up to 35 now. Let's see. It looks like they're struggling to push it lower here. A lot of selling coming in here. They can't push it lower. Somebody cue the Frank Sinatra. They're just trying to sell down here over and over and over. Market just like stalled here. This is just it's about to lull us all to sleep here. I would definitely say we're getting confirmation here. We just want to see more, more extension to the upside and kind of a gap fill. It's just probably a little bit difficult because the farther off of the high the price comes, the more those trapped longs are scared and start to sell. There they go. They finally bust that 34 level that they were trying so hard to get below. very slow here. And take a peek at the tick. It's just right, kind of hanging right around 0 for the most part. Made a lower high, kind of an equal high, and then lower low. Should be seeing that VPOC shift up soon. The NASDAQ, it's looking pretty much the same now. I think they've kind of caught up. Look, they're trying to bid over this 36 and they just can't. Sellers trying to come in strong right here in the same spot. They get smacked down one time, they get back up. They lift the 36 this time. So that's kind of a cleanup right there. Offer comes back in right under 35. And they smack it down. NASDAQ slipping here a bit. A bunch of selling again down that 32, 33 level. And yet the market bounces. When a control shifts up, our half pipe has come complete now. We're coming up to the London close here soon as well. Within like 40 minutes. And that's typically like the first, was that the second reversal period, I guess. So right back to that 50. Still got a little slope up on the VWAP, but when you start to see the VWAP, and this is something we saw yesterday, which was kind of a key indication. if we just take a peek, is even with that move up from yesterday, like later in the day, the VWAP stayed relatively flat for pretty much the whole day, and then eventually as the day ended, the market kind of fell apart at the end of the day yesterday. And so if we scroll to now, you can kind of see there's still a slope here, but if we get another move up and we don't see the VWAP move up, that's going to kind of tell us that, well, we're starting to see a slow in volume and the odds start to increase of a retest.
If the NQ starts to go here, might pull the S&P up. Looks like it wants to go. Struggling at that deviation there.
Yeah, right at
If it gets
the
above
first.
it, if it could get above that, and that could pull the S&P up, I think. There she goes.
Nice call.
Thanks. See if it keeps going.
Let's see if we can get that continuation. Fill the gap. Fill. Nice. Good stuff, Liquor. You got in around that 32, 33. Good stuff. Way to be patient, too, because it came right to you. Good stuff. I got in at 34.5. I took a little bit of heat there. A couple points of heat, but not too much. I've got 3 lots on. 2 lots left on. This is kind of one of those patterns that you see sometimes. So like you'll see just these candles kind of go straight up, then one candle will kind of take them out. That would bring you back that 34-ish area. So just be careful if you're in the long. Yeah, I don't know. I'm so tired these past couple of days. I don't know what it is. period opens up. So we've got 3 TPOs. So I mean, pretty easy to see trade here, right? We have a lower distribution, upper distribution. You're looking for acceptance in the upper distribution to get long. If you fail to get acceptance in this upper distribution, the market should come down to this lower distribution. If it comes down with speed and tempo, should take out this B low, which is a very mechanical low. One lot left on. My trading in January, it's going good. Going really good. So far. A lot better than December, that's for sure. Thanks, man. How's yours going? Hey Herman, I have the link like that on purpose because I just don't want to get a bunch of bots joining the Discord. But I'll send you the link, yeah. 1 second, my guy. There's the link. Yeah, the only thing that we ask is you be positive and respectful. You know, we have a community of creators that are all like-minded, trying to, you know, build time and not value, or build time and not value. Build that time to value. We're not really focused on, you know, what most Discords are focused on, which is like the P&L, right? We're focused on the process here. Yeah. So just understand, like, you know, no need to go in and be like, I'm fucking better than you and blah blah blah. And no one will do that to you, so don't worry about having that happen. Oh man. Is my Uncle Stacy in here? Maybe it's on muted. Um, yeah, and that's true, and that's something that's tough because like that that bothers me as well. You know what I mean? Like I get bothered by the same exact thing. If I get on and I lose the first trade, I'm like, God damn it. Nice, so nice little gap fill here. We're right there. Hey, Chirp, what's up, man? How's it going? Great, good to hear. Good to hear. So we rejected that 44-ish level like 3 times now. Starting to see him kind of stack on the 45 there. All right, TJ, we'll catch you later, man. Have a good weekend. Go Cowboys. There's a block of volume from like 44 quarter to 43.50. And then the big order 45. Buyers look like they might be getting kind of stuck right here. And buyers are trying to lift here. Just kind of right where they got stuck earlier. You just didn't have much of a pullback. It pulled back like 1.25, and then that was it. There
Can
it
go.
is. The Frank Sinatra. Yeah, I'm ready.
Need to push.
Yeah, I mean, we got the gap fill that we were looking for, but I've got my stop at 39.50. So if we go back below that, I'll be, but I'm trying to let it run as far as I can, naturally. Nice. Nasdaq's ripping up. All right, I'm gonna move my stop up to 43.75. That was the impulse. I mean, it's just like short covering's just going, so there's no reason to kind of limit it so far. That big offer at the 50. This thing may pull back actually. If you want to be really tight, you could just take it now, 47.50. Take it off. I'm just gonna hold it. We might need to get rid of that AMD that we sold yesterday. So look at the NYSE and the Nasdaq uh ADs here. Remember we talked about yesterday, once they get close to that 1500 positive or 1500 negative, you really start to turn into a trend day. So what we can do here is take a peek up at XLV for healthcare. It's looking kind of weak. It's right at its VWAP. If XLV can get some legs, this thing could really start to turn into a trend day, because that's probably where the lagging is happening, is right inside here. So if we start to see this breadth get over 1500 and healthcare starts to go a little bit green, then now we're getting volume up here. Volume starting to increase up here, actually, relatively, like per second. All right. Well, buckle your seatbelts, close your eyes, and lean back and enjoy. Apple's trying to break its high.
How you liking Scranton, Brad?
I like it. Yeah, it's not bad.
You getting snow today?
No, not today. I
Yeah,
think
we
we're supposed
are.
to get snow next weekend.
Yeah, yeah, we're getting pretty good amount today.
We like Roach was saying like this is the like warmest January he's ever seen in his life, and he's lived here like his whole life.
Yeah, it's been that way up here in Maine too. Oddly warm. Like this is the first real snow we've gotten. Usually we got plenty by now. I'm not complaining though.
Yeah, it took the warm weather from California and brought it over here. Because California is really lacking it. They're getting pounded.
Yeah, you got out just in time, right?
My brother's like where my brother lives, it's like flooded. It's crazy.
Yeah, a lot of storms coming in. Yeah,
The wharf got ripped down in Capitola.
is that right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's where Biden went yesterday. That's where all the in Capitola. So it's like Capitola, Santa Cruz.
Yeah,
Santa Cruz is really not that nice, but Capitola is really nice. And then like Watsonville. But Watsonville's like a big gang town. Salinas is like right there.
yeah.
But he only went to visit like the where all the rich white people live at, Capitola.
Imagine that. Yeah, shocking. Yeah. Huh.
It's like these people
Same
like
old.
got insurance, other
Yeah,
people don't.
same old game, right?
Yep.
How's the trading been going for you? Good?
Good. Yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah.
got I don't know if I haven't talked to you in a minute. I got a job working for this company called T3 Solutions.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Up in New York City. Remote work. Like I don't actually have to go in, but they're out of New York City.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. So I just traded for them. Not bad. And we got everything like all set up and situated and stuff, so it's nice. Hang on, I'll be right back. All right, my bad. How's trading been going for you?
Pretty good. I've got two Apex accounts I'm working with, and I just did the math on it. I've got 15% over 2 months. The last 2 weeks have been red, but
So you're
I'm
up
picking it up.
15%.
I'm getting better at it, but little by little by little. Yeah, 15%. Yeah.
Nice.
But of course, this is my 13th and 14th Apex account, so it's taken me a while to get break even, and now I really feel like I can do it now.
Are you
the long
trading? You're trading the MES?
MES, yeah,
Yeah, that's a better idea.
yeah. Till I get it consistent, and then I'll bump it up.
Right.
Mostly psychology, this game for sure.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, well, not 100%, but yeah, a lot of psychology, a big portion of it.
Yeah, that's where the rocks are under the water. Is the psychology. I lose one or two, and those brain chemicals start flowing, and can't stop myself. But
Yeah,
if I win one early, and then day like today, I got 20 points off of that move, and got out. But it's a pretty good day. Just 2 trades.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. Yeah, that's one thing I've been kind of focused on this year is being a little bit more slow is smooth, smooth is fast. Like taking a little bit less trades, but like being patient, letting the trades come in, not kind of like forcing my way in, and then having to kind of like scalp against the position to make it good or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, I can do it about 35% of the time. No, but I see it 100% of the time. I see when I'm not being slow and smooth about it. And I go back every day and look at all the trades and identify exactly the mistakes I made, and my brain's starting to pick up on it. So
Have you read that Atomic Habits?
I haven't. I've got it in my phone, but
Yeah, you should check that one out. I've listened to it. I mean, sometimes if I just know I'm going to be doing something for an hour, I'll just toss that book on and just listen to it.
Yeah.
It's a good
Yeah,
book.
cool. Yeah, I'll check it out. Thanks, man. Yeah.
Because it really, he has like, and I think you and I maybe have talked about this before about like how if you can't explain something in simple terms, then you probably just don't understand it.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how he is with psychology. So it's really cool because he really breaks it down like that, and he just explains it in simple terms, and you don't have to deal with the fucking medulla oblongata and all that bullshit. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, that sounds
like,
good.
listen. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, you don't take a cold shower every morning because you're a pussy. Like, that's it. Simple as that. He doesn't say that, but you know.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's Atomic Habits, fun. Yeah, it's a good one. By James Cleary.
I like this layout you're using. The tick chart. I've got that on 15 minutes. I think I kind of like it on the lower time frames. You see more of the highs and the lows. You see more of the flow of it.
Right, exactly. And that's why we, that was like why we switched it like this.
Hmm.
Because you can really see when it's on the 1 minute. I mean, you can see it on it's a little bit harder on the 15 minute. You can see it on the 5 minute, but like on the 15 minute, it's a little bit harder, just kind of.
Yeah. Yeah.
But on the 1 minute, when you kind of jam it down like that,
Yeah.
you can really just kind of see like, okay, we spent most time today above the 0.
Yeah. And do you notice that the patterns, the candle patterns, behave similarly to a regular chart on the tick chart?
No, not really. I
No.
really just pay attention to highs and lows.
Highs and lows.
Yeah. Yeah, trend is a little bit like you could see it making lower highs, I guess, but it's not necessarily like a lower high would be on a chart. It's more or less just like, okay, buyers aren't strong enough up here again.
I see. Okay, got it. Yeah. Cool.
210 on the high tick here. VIX is coming off pretty good, down below 20 now, 1955. People crushing some vol today. And what did they say? Well, I wrote it down. I thought they said that 4,000 was, or no. I think it was 425 was the big gamma level. Where's the...
I'm pretty sure it was 24, Brad. You mentioned it the other day.
424, right?
Yeah, 424.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. I just couldn't remember. Thanks. Look at AMD.
Yo, what's good, Brad?
Yo, what's up?
Chilling, man.
How's everything going?
Everything's beautiful, man. Mostly moved all in and, just chilling.
Nice.
Yeah.
How you feeling? Moving shit sucks ass, so.
Dude, I'm fucking done with it. I'm so tired of moving shit in my life. I swear I
Yeah.
moved so many times. I'm so tired of it.
Dude,
And then it's like, thank God I had one of my veteran buddies to help me, or else I would have been stuck doing it all. And there's no way I would have got an 85-inch up the stairs.
Yeah, fuck no. Not by yourself. Yeah, there's no way to carry that by yourself. Unless you're like fucking Shaq or something.
And it's way too big and cumbersome, even if you had the strength to lift it.
Yeah. Well, that's good though. You're all moved in, so you got your daughter.
Yeah, of course. We're just chilling. I made sure we set up her room in the living room first, make sure she's all set, ready to go.
Hell yeah.
We didn't skip a beat with her. Like, we set it up the day we moved in.
Nice.
My room I still got to put up all my screens and whatnot. I got an extra room now, so I'll be aeroponically growing it up.
Nice. That's
yeah,
dope.
that makes me happy.
You're in Jersey or New York?
I'm in Massachusetts.
Oh,
I live in Millers
Massachusetts.
Falls now.
Okay.
Moved from Turner's Falls to Miller's Falls.
I couldn't remember. I thought you moved out of Massachusetts.
No, my daughter wanted to stay for high school. I mean, she moved around so much when they're younger with her mom. When she told me she wants to stay at this high school, I just made it a point to stay here. She only got a year and a half left.
Oh yeah, that's not bad. Dude, it's funny. It's like I was thinking the other day, like as I was just hanging out with the kids, we went to the park and we were playing basketball, and I'm like, I wonder if any other parents think like, man, I wouldn't mind having my kids just live at home forever. Like they're not bad. Like, and then I was gonna ask my dad about it.
At this point, if she wasn't here, I'd be so bored, dude. I wouldn't know what to do with myself.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
I told my kids they're not allowed to leave. They have to stay here forever.
My wife's dad told them as kids that they don't need any friends, that he's their friend. Like, you don't need any friends, you got me.
Yeah, your in-laws probably love it that you moved here.
Oh, dude, they
Excellent.
fucking love it. Yeah, they love it.
Yeah, I'm sure they're,
Yeah.
especially after you were away, like your daughter was away for a while there, and
Oh,
moving back home with the kids, they probably love it.
and I'm like Luis, like when I'm not fucking moving again. I'm here, I'm staying. Like I've moved so much. I mean, in the army alone, but even before that, like through childhood, I moved a lot, and it was just, I'm so done moving. I hate it.
It's like the army teaches you how to do it, and then they just, I don't know, something in life keep making me move.
Yeah. It just sucks.
Maybe I can finally stop attracting some crazy ass women in my life, yo. Maybe it's just me, yo. I don't know. It's probably. What do you expect?
Morning, man. So we're getting a steady increase of volume right here. I mean, I hate to say that this is probably gonna be the top, but you're starting to. Oh, what the fuck's that? Sorry. Oh. You're starting to get kind of a little drying out here. I mean, as long as they can hold it above 51, they should be good. But I mean, if they get below 51, this thing might come back down a little bit. You know what's funny about like how my wife grew up and how I grew up is that she grew up like she needs to be home pretty much all the time. Like if she's not at school, she's at home, or if she's not at like sports, she's at home. Whereas like for me as a kid, it was like get the fuck out of the house. So it's like the exact opposite.
I grew up in New York City, so we were always outside playing with the other kids, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, that's how, yeah, we were just always out, you know,
Yeah, same with me and my
causing
brothers.
shit, probably.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tell you one thing though, yo, it's nice to not have to answer to nobody or explain myself why I'm doing something. Just doing it because I want to.
Right. Yeah, and having to give like a fucking breakdown and a reason. You're like, no, I just want to do this.
Yeah, I don't have to like sit there and explain out my whole reason behind doing something, even though it's right. Like I don't get questioned. It's really nice.
You're starting to see the NYSE and the NASDAQ AD here go almost to 1,500. And that's kind of what we talked about earlier on how, you know, that's basically where it starts to trend. I mean, we're already pretty much trending at this rate, but it could really get continuation if this thing keeps going here. And then remember, sometimes it's not how low the tick goes, it's sometimes how low the tick doesn't go. So here, as you know, even though we're getting down to this kind of 51 area where there might be a little bit of liquidation underneath, but watch the tick. If the tick can't make a new low on the day, that's a big sign of weakness and probably a buyable pullback in this situation. I think we might get a little bit of a liquidation here under this 51 and then some opportunity. I can't liquidate even that, and just pure weakness from sellers.
Ever since I moved, I haven't been able to be at the charts like I always really was, and like it's like really kind of helped my trading because there's trades I haven't, or I could have went in and touched them, but I just haven't, and they've just progressively gotten better and better. So yeah.
So you're actually letting your ideas work out.
Yeah, like due to the circumstances and me being kind of lazy, I didn't go into the charts, and it actually worked out in my favor, and it just helps you to be more patient, I guess. I mean, I guess that's what it's showing me, you know.
Yep. Yep. And it's showing you that what you're doing is working too. It's like, so it's showing you that the strategy that you're using is working, and if you use patience, it will be even more rewarding. So
Buy low, sell high, yo.
exactly.
So I'm in from 15.8 something on Bitcoin and 1082 on ETH, and then I just caught a short from the top of Bitcoin. Maybe not the top, but pretty close.
Nice.
Still in that.
No, that might be the high of the day, maybe. I don't know. You'd have to really see the market roll over, but on just how the volume's kind of acting up here. You got like all that volume and then really, pushed lower. We haven't seen that at all today. Like when B moved up, we never revisited the volume. And then same thing with C, it stayed in volume. D opened up in volume, went straight up, made more volume, went up. This is kind of like the first time we've seen that. We're still one time framing up.
And that single print right above it is also like that single print from that one day that we just got straight dumped on.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the that liquidation day. I think it was the 19th, 18th. Yeah, the 18th.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, and there's still, I mean, so this is to the spike, but there's a single print up here as well, and then some more up here.
Brad, y'all getting snow out there right now?
No, not right now.
Snowing in Mass all night.
I don't mind the snow. I'd honestly rather have the snow than the rain. I fucking hate the rain.
Yeah, they canceled school last night for the high school. It's pretty rare. They usually call in the morning.
Out here they have the distance learning, so if they think it's gonna snow, then they just cancel school and go distance learning, so they don't even miss school days.
That's cool. Is
Yeah.
that still like a protocol from COVID? Because my daughter used to do school like that, but they stopped that. Some kids were going to school. The parents that wanted to send their kids, they can go to school like towards the end of COVID, right? And then some parents were still keeping the kids back, but I think they started making everyone go back to school.
Yeah, I mean, probably. I'm sure that's where it started because I don't ever remember
Yeah, it's
hearing
definitely
any
a
shit like that.
it's definitely a new thing. I never, you know what I mean? We never did that.
I mean, it's a tough situation because like some of this stuff kids go to school to learn is just a waste of their fucking time. But also you don't
I
want your
think
kid
school
to.
is more a test of your memory than it is actually learning information.
Yeah, there's definitely like no philosophy built in school. That's for sure. Unless you get like a government econ teacher who tries to drill you with fucking communism or something.
I mean, they don't
They
even teach
brainwash.
finance in school. The single-handedly probably most important subject there is.
They're brainwashing them into being liberal. That's what they're doing.
This senior year of high school, I took, well, like freshman year, I took algebra, then geometry, then algebra 2, and then I had senior year could take like pre-calculus or some other fancy fucking math. But there was another math class called Applied Career Math. And so I took that instead. And that's where we learned like a bunch about money. Like our teacher he was probably a gambler. He seemed like it. He was probably like 35 at the time. And he was like real into sports. He used to let us play poker for money in the class. He was cool as fuck. Can't remember his name though. But he
Yo, that's
he
sick.
taught us like a bunch of stuff about like how to basically stack cash, like real money. It was
My
pretty.
math teachers were a bunch of dumbos.
Yeah. I mean,
I just heard a thing about teachers. They were saying that they're unextraordinary, like, because I don't know how he said it, but they're like just normal people, not extraordinary, teaching our kids just normal stuff instead of having like extraordinarily good people teaching our kids the best stuff.
right. And I mean like that, and that's the thing is like you like that's why I kind of like the ASVAB, because the ASVAB really did explain, or at least kind of show you where you're at in the charts of basic intelligence, right? You know, getting a high score on the ASVAB doesn't mean you're a fucking Rain Man or anything.
I did horrible on my ASVAB.
And I did really good, but it doesn't mean anything. But what it does mean is that you can, like, it gives you the certain sectors and kind of shows you where your brain, like, kind of leads to. Like, some people are better at electronics, some people are better at math, some people are better at English, some people are better at science, some people are better, in, like, the physics field, right? And that's what this test kind of does. And it will show you kind of what you'll be good at, or what you're naturally inclined to be good at. Let's say you took it sophomore year of high school. And then from there, literally at sophomore year of high school, instead of wasting your time with algebra 2 or even geometry, which is a fucking waste of time for, not for everybody, right? But for some, right? Instead of wasting some people's time with that shit, and they're going to be a mechanic because that's what they scored well and they really like mechanics, like boom, put them in mechanic, like lead them into mechanics, like start teaching them classes or have these classes that are leading on into this, give them some internships, right? So they can start building some experience and getting some certifications and not wasting their fucking time all day at fucking school taking geometry and fucking English 3 and fucking government econ shit that does not fucking matter unless you're getting into those fields. You know what I mean? And I mean, yeah, it's good to be well rounded and well read and well written, but it's not as important now because of, I mean, just the software. I mean, you could literally like copy paste your essay into that chat GPT or whatever it's called, and it will just make it better. Like, yeah, make this better. And I'm like, here you go, better.
Yeah, it changes the whole paradigm, doesn't it?
It's crazy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I it's funny because when I got out of high school, I was going to junior college, and then when I joined the army, you go to like leadership schools, and you still have to write essays. So I've been writing essays like throughout the years, and when I first started writing these essays, they're handwritten before all this information was available on the internet to like copy and paste it, and it was like kind of even before plagiarism really. And then people started cheating once the online started to develop, so then they developed the plagiarism checker, and now they're trying to develop this chat GPT checker, I guess, because people are cheating and getting like
Really?
A's. People
You
are,
heard
like,
about it?
yeah, I was reading about it actually. People are using that chat GPT to write essays for college and getting like A's on it.
Dude, I had Chat GPT write me an essay about Martin Luther King, and then I was like, all right, now make it rhyme and put it in bullet points, and I just kept telling it to do stupid shit, and it was just doing it. It was so crazy. In
Interesting.
seconds.
Huh.
And you could just write. You can write anything. You can type in anything.
That's
Only thing
really
about
interesting.
Was it good though?
ChatGPT is only information up to like 2022, I think, right? Or 2021.
Yeah, something like that.
So you can ask the thing for someone's address. You think it'll give you their address?
The essay got an A.
Hmm.
It wouldn't be able to tell you the exact person because the odds of that person being the only person that has that name are very slim.
True. You're right.
Yeah,
First thing I ever did on ChatGPT was try to code monthly levels on TradeStation, and I don't know how to code at all, and it spit out the whole thing for me.
Yeah, you asked it to code that asked it to code an NFT bot for me, and it did it.
Wow.
Yeah,
Really?
it coded. They were talking about it on Tasty Trade this morning about how it coded a malware bot.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That's interesting.
That's crazy.
I need to
Yeah.
unplug that fucking thing, dude.
Yeah, I know. Right? Maybe Schwarzenegger might have been onto something.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah, the voice technology and the facial recognition too, but the voice technology has gotten really advanced to where you can mumble and it knows what you're saying, you know?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Get over 51.
That's what I'm saying. It's gonna get out of control and it's gonna be
Yeah.
like, oh, put me in bold points, San Luis. Ah. It just starts fucking attacking you.
I know, right?
Start shooting glass screens at me.
Yeah.
It's weird stuff.
Have you guys ever come across a wall that has no studs in it? Because I'm trying to hang a 65-inch curved Samsung TV in my living room, and there's no studs in the one wall that it has to go on.
Must be a fake wall then.
Is it an older house?
Yeah, it's way older.
Yeah, it's probably double boarded.
Like the slats going across horizontally.
Yeah. Yeah, and is
Yeah,
it plaster?
I'm not even picking those up on the deep stud reader.
I don't know if that'll show up on there. Is it plaster walls?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think that'll work on there anyway. I don't think that stud finder will work on there for you. I would try to, man, I don't know, an 85-inch TV. I don't know. I was going to say try to find some wall anchors, but I don't know if I trust them with that.
The one in the living room is 65, and the TV's like 44 pounds.
Yeah.
So it's not too bad.
Yeah, 44 pounds. Yeah, I don't know. An older home with a plaster. I don't know.
Think I could use those butterflies that you stick in the back of the wall and they open up?
That's what I was thinking. Something I don't know. Depends on how solid the plaster is. You know what I mean? And how you know?
I do. I don't even know how I would test that. Back in the day, I'd punch a hole through it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like her. It did work again. That was nice.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but
Quite a trade this morning.
What's that?
Quite a trade this morning.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it was a pretty nice setup because like that B low really just kind of gave it away, and then as soon as we broke out over the open, we were pretty much kind of guaranteed. Just had to wait for it because it danced below the open for a little bit during A period or during B period even. It was kind of like just like sitting here, and finally it fucking went.
Rents for apartments have gone up considerably. I was paying $13.50 for a 3-bedroom, and here I'm paying $15 for a 2-bedroom.
Oh damn.
Brad, what is that in the lower right, the ADSPD? Is it, and the is that volume below it?
This is the weighted AD. So basically, it's a histogram of all the sectors, but weighted instead of unweighted. So you can see there's kind of two lines right here. This top line is the unweighted sector, and this is the weighted sector. And so we're seeing a little bit of a gap, saying that the unweighted sector is going up a little bit more than the weighted sector, which makes sense because we see healthcare struggling so much. But that's just kind of telling us, and that was kind of another early sign too, because we started to get a positive weighted AD while this whole thing was red, and then eventually everything flipped to green.
Is there a template that I can load that into my Thinkorswim?
Yeah, I can send it to you.
Cool, thanks.
Here's a noob question. What's AD?
Advanced decline.
Thank you.
Hey, Brad, I just want to tell that guy one thing about the wall. I don't want to clog up the stream when talking about the wall, but just tell him one thing. Who was?
Oh, go ahead. It was Luis.
But if maybe what you could do is right where the TV's going to go and it's going to be covered anyway, take a drill bit or something along an 1/8-inch drill bit or something and drill it in the wall, going left or right to left, right. And if you start pulling wood chips out, you hit something, maybe you hit something decent. And they're only small holes, so really, if you just had a patch, you could just throw a little spackle in them. No big deal,
Understood. I've done that with the drill bit, and yeah, I got 4 holes in my wall now. And at my old place, I didn't miss one time, and I put up 6 or 7 screens. So yeah, it's trouble.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I went to do. I grabbed the smallest drill bit and just started. Every 1 inch, I would try and drill a little hole just to see.
Yeah, because you could sometimes find a stud even with the double board if they screw them in here, and they're just not measured out at 4. They're not 416 on center. They're all over.
Right. I went to the other 2 rooms, the computer room and the grow room, and then my bedroom, and I marked out all those studs on the wall, and they were all 16 on center. Yeah, weird.
Yeah. Who knows? Back then they did all kind of shit.
Thank you for the advice, though. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Sorry, I couldn't help.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Dude, I've been here for like the last 45 minutes and I'm like, I think they're fucking ignoring me. My mic was not muted on here, but my mic was muted on my headset.
I was like, wondering where you were.
I was sitting here. I was like, I think Brad talked everybody into like just trying to piss me off this morning and just fucking ignoring everything I'm saying.
That would have been classic, though.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, right.
I was like, oh shit, got you good, you fucker. Oh, that is funny. No, I was like sitting here just like giving fucking plaster advice and fucking everything. I'm like, yeah, I tried to hang the fucking TV. Like just sitting here talking forever. I'm like, Nobody's responding to me. I'm like, what? Oh, they're all fucking with me right now.
They're like, don't listen to Jared. He doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about.
Yeah,
Hilarious.
I know. That's like me right now. I'd be like, I think we're going down. I'd be like, everybody go on.
No, actually, when we were pretty much right at the high, it was kind of like, looks like volume's dead, and
Yeah,
thing might
I
come
heard
back.
you.
Oh, did you? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been on since then, bro.
Oh, it wasn't that long ago. Yeah.
I've been on for, I would say at least 30, 40 minutes.
Yeah, that was a good call on the top. What was telling you that? The tapering, the volume shutting down, shutting off.
My new magic chart, Roach, was telling me that.
What is this?
It was basically like we were just going up on weak volume, and then all of a sudden volume started coming in. Like, so D period was going up on weak volume, and then all of a sudden a bunch of volume started coming in right there. And so it's kind of like, oh well, this must be,
Absorption.
it must, well, I was thinking like it must be where they're cutting everything off. They're like, you know what?
Yeah,
I already proved my point.
yeah. Magic 8 ball.
Yeah. It was just, yeah, basically I'm a wizard. That's what James always says.
How's James doing? He's still out in Hawaii?
Yeah. Yeah, he just bought a new house.
Nice.
So he's like getting his house ready to rent out, and then he's moving all this shit into his new house.
Nice. Cool.
So
That's so funny you ask about him because I was gonna ask you, had you been talked to James lately and how's he doing?
oh yeah, I talk to James every day. He's so good.
Going down.
All right, here's F period. So we've got 3 TPOs up here, 3 TPOs below. You've got 2 different distributions. You got the weak spot, 587 contracts traded basically right on that T2 low. Our volume. I'm telling you, it looks like these sellers are just getting in line. I mean, I said this earlier, and it looks like it still looks like it. They're just farther up in line, for us to, like I said, drive by and slap them in the face. Like, your stop is mine.
Funny story. I tried baking a cake the other day, thinking I was a chef. Forgot to add the water. And it was like super thick and just dry.
Did you have a recipe?
Yeah, it was like one of those box cakes. You
Mm.
know, I was
Oh, yeah.
rolling. I was just chilling. I was like, yeah, I'm baking this cake. Started mixing it up. It looked good. It was a little thicker than normal. Put it in the oven. I went back and looked at the box. I was like, yeah, I definitely forgot the water.
I can't. I'm not really a baker either. I can make like brownies out of a box, but you gotta be. You gotta
You're
be
not
kind
the
of
guy.
exact.
You're not the guy trying to hang the TV, are you? Is that the same guy?
Yeah.
Oh God! But you better
Yeah,
hire
Roger.
somebody to hang that fucking TV.
He goes,
You better
"This the
hire
guy?"
somebody.
My cooking skills don't say much for my mechanical skills, though. Just so we're clear on things.
All right.
I used to be a deep sea diver, underwater welder. So yeah.
It's the same guy. It's like the TV.
He's got some skills. See,
Yeah, underwater welding.
but see, I would hire somebody. I'd be like, oh, I'm not gonna be able to hang that TV. I have to hire somebody. But see, lucky for me, you know, I got the fucking manliest man of father-in-laws in the whole world. So I'd be like, oh, Bradley, you need help hanging that TV? I'll come right over. And it just fucking boom, it's done. Like,
Nice.
and you know what's
I'm
funny?
over here like Sid. Put on your big boy pants. It's time to lift some heavy shit.
Yeah, I don't know, like a lot of people get frustrated with him. They just like because he likes to do things his way, but it's like a lot of people just don't have enough patience, I guess, because it's pretty easy to just relax.
Just let him do it.
Yeah, well, like I mean, I'll help, I'll stand there, but he'll
Yeah, yeah.
be like, hand me that, I'm like, hand me that, like a kid. So I'm like, all right.
See, I can't watch anybody do anything. I gotta take a lot. I struggle with my son because I want him to do it, but I can't. I'm like, give me that, in seconds. You know what I mean?
Mm.
I'm real. I force myself not to do that, but that's my instinct. Get the fuck out of the way. Let me do it. You know what I mean? Even at work when I'm working with other people and stuff, get the fuck out of there. Let me do it. You're making a fool of yourself. Get out of the way. People just laugh at me.
Fucking East Coast people, dude. They're so funny. Like, they say the funniest shit.
Great fights on tomorrow night, guys.
Who's on?
UFC. Glover is fighting Jamal Hill for the light heavyweight championship in Rio de Janeiro. And then you got Davison Figueiredo fighting Brandon Moreno for the fourth time. This is the only time that there's ever been a quadrilogy, whatever it's called. Fourth fight. And yeah, pretty cool. The card is stacked though.
Yeah, that's pretty. Did you see John Jones signed?
He signed an 8-fight deal. He's coming back. We're
Yeah.
gonna see him fight Francis, because Francis is going to look for that boxing money.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna get fucked in the long run, though, to be honest.
Yeah. Dana White's a master of fucking people over, so.
John Jones finally get off the juice or what?
Dude, what are you talking about?
Dude,
Dude
he
is
got busted.
jacked.
Dude, he got busted for roids.
Oh,
He
I,
tested
Yeah,
positive.
picograms, man. You're talking like the tiniest metabolites of
I thought he
PEDs.
had like a condition where he just naturally produces more testosterone because he's an animal.
Well, no, they don't
Probably
ever
so,
test
man.
steroids
Dude's a
by
beast.
they don't ever test steroids by just testosterone level. They compare testosterone to estrogen ratio, and you have to be within a certain threshold of that ratio. That's how they test for steroids.
But I thought what he kept popping hop for was like a chemical that his body naturally produced or some shit like that.
I don't think so.
It's a metabolite for that specific steroid or anabolic or whatever it was that he took.
I know he popped hop for cocaine.
Well, there you go.
He loves white sauce.
Did a couple rails, beat some dude's ass.
Isn't that funny? He beat Cormier and he was like, yeah, 2 nights before I was doing yay, drinking booze and banging hookers, and then I came and beat your ass.
Yeah.
Don't they test for Anavar? That's one of the best drugs for that sport. Don't they test for that?
Yeah, they test for it.
Yeah. Testing
It's
the
a hell of a
ratio
drug.
between testosterone and estrogen doesn't tell you nothing.
Oh,
Test
so-
for whatever you want to. You know why? There's chemists out there that'll
It's
always be
essential.
able to go around those tests.
Yep, Barry Bonds
Yeah.
trainer.
Yeah.
The rest, the between the testosterone and estrogen, there's drugs to keep them in check anyway. You have to keep them in check, or you'll be all fucked up.
Kamaru Usman's dad is like a pharmacist tech or whatever. Not that he works in the pharmacy, but like putting together medicines and whatnot.
Wait,
I think a lot of those
you
guys
said
are on
the
roids.
fight tonight?
They just don't get caught.
I think they're all on. I think every professional athlete is on something. Just about every professional athlete. Maybe not every single one, but most of them are taking some.
Yeah.
And just the lifestyle that they live with all the rehabilitation that they do, with all the therapies,
exactly.
the hot and the cold, the red light, that's all a difference too.
Even the growth hormone they take, it's not really to build muscle. It does build muscle, get you strong, but they take that so that they can practice every fucking day and they can fight or spar or whatever they're doing. They
Yeah.
can recover. Their body recovers. A normal human being can't do that shit.
Well, the thing is
just
like
though.
these guys, well, not really fighters unless they're like top of their team or something. But like a lot of these professional athletes have access to the best care.
Yeah.
Fuck
Yeah. Oh
you
yeah,
know?
yeah.
So like that makes such a difference. Like I'll tell you, like even just for me, my back had been fucked up for years, and then I went to this Van Dusen physical therapy, and they knew exactly what was going on, and they nailed it. So
Yeah, no. Yeah, I agree with that. Even like the NFL and shit, like them guys, they stretch and shit for hours. Like they
Yeah.
might stretch for an hour and a half. You know, it's part of the day. You know.
Yeah.
You know, but I still, that growth hormone still helps recover. Like, you know, when they're lifting
Oh,
weights
fuck yeah.
hitting and all that, definitely helps recovery. You know. And I don't think the NFL even tests testosterone levels at all. They just test for other chemicals.
Yeah, I don't think
the
they
one,
test levels. I think they just
I kind of
Sure.
think the one time framing is over here, Brad.
what? Oh, it looks like it. It's gonna be, yeah.
Yeah.
We're starting to see that VWAP flatten out. Remember we talked about this earlier. If we start to see this VWAP just go flat, the odds start to increase of a retest of the VWAP. And it, it's not saying that it's gonna happen for sure, and it's a pretty far ways down, 31. Go back into the single prints, back below C period. So it'd take probably a liquidation to get down there.
Is that blue line the 20 SMA?
50 EMA.
50 EMA. Okay. Thanks.
Yeah.
Hello.
Sam, when you oh shit.
Fillers are really trying to offer here. Running into a little bit of a struggle, but it's like 49.50 area. It looks like they're trying to really hold that. And now you're seeing a bid kind of jump to the 45 here below. A lot of stacking going on both sides. So if we don't get volume above here, I think we could roll over. We just need to be careful. You can see the weighted AD's pulled off of it quite a bit.
Brad, do you still look at book map? No.
Yeah, I look at it sometimes.
Yeah. I might this weekend if I get time. I might build one of them Sierra charts and just kind of look at it here and there, see what it tells you.
Build the book map inside Sierra charts.
Well, not an actual book map, Sierra charts version of book map, I guess. Is what it
Oh,
is.
okay. Yeah.
I think it's the same. It's pretty much the same thing.
It's the same. Yeah.
Yeah. I just wasn't sure if it's going to show you anything that the dome isn't showing, but maybe.
No, it doesn't. It just makes
Oh,
it.
no.
No, it just makes it easy to see like how long it's been sitting there.
More of a visual.
Yeah, so like there's like a offer on 56 that's been sitting there since like 11:30 something, 11:32 or something.
Okay, so that's just showing you the bids and offers, resting bids and offers. What about the big bubbles they show? Like,
No, I don't fucking know about that.
You know what I'm talking about or no?
Yeah.
You don't even.
Yeah, I just don't understand.
Okay.
I mean I have them on and I can see them, but they don't really
Well, what are they showing? Are they just showing where
trading.
trading? That's it. So that's
Yeah.
just showing you volume.
They're volume dots. Yeah. And then they're just colored by delta, I think.
Yeah, so I don't understand what the difference is
But like
between
they get
that and the
bigger
volume.
because size. I don't know. A lot of people like them a lot though. So
Yeah.
look at the tick. Looks very, very weak.
They're weak. They're weak.
It's starting to break up. And remember what we said. Sometimes it's how low the tick doesn't go. So if we're looking just relatively like within like the past hour, I guess, you can see for the most part the tick has been above zero. Recently, if we just look at the past 17 minutes from 12 o'clock on, it's still been mostly positive. Right, so buyers are still kind of firmly in control. And you can see tech isn't really backing off. NASDAQ might be chilling at its high, might not be breaking the highs here, but it's definitely not going down yet.
Yet.
Right, not yet. And it could definitely roll over. Basically what I'm assuming has happened is, they got the volume, got it again, and then right here they kind of just capitulated, right? And so they lost kind of all their momentum. So they're like, momentum, and now they're like back to no momentum. So they've got to build up their momentum again in order to get continuation. So if they can't build it up, then they're going to have to come down to where their momentum was at before. And that would be, so 4 high, the weak reference on the high, and we kind of have a triple distribution. To repair structure completely, we would need to trade below this B low and balance the profile out. But first, we should get excess, right? Because that would be the completion of an auction. The thing that makes it hard to really get short right here is because we're so near a weak reference on a day where everything is kind of telling us that the market's going up, right? And really the only thing, I mean, actually there's nothing because volume shifted up as well. Not a ton of volume, but today's a very lightly traded day. But it is moving up, and value is overlapping to higher, so there's not really anything telling us to get short. So if the market is going to roll over, we can prepare for that, but first what we'd like to see is good excess. That just gives us more confidence in continuation, right? Because remember, we could not make excess, leave this poor high, clean this up, everyone starts to pile into the short, and then go get excess, right? So that's what they've been kind of up to lately. They've been like kind of one time framing the market, then they do a pullback. I kind of did it yesterday, even though we had a real tight range. They kind of had this pullback in F period, and the market came pretty much right back down, and then started going back up. They did it the day before, like on the down day as well. If we look here, you can see they kind of had this little cessation of one time framing here in I period, couldn't break G, and then they continued to move down into the end of the day. So that's also a possibility. But in reality, like I said, there's nothing really telling you that being short is a good idea.
No.
All right, Dr. VJ, catch you later. So pretty decent battle right here at the top, but buyers look like they're kind of getting stuck right on this.
Ooh,
Yeah, see what I mean? They look like they're kind of getting stuck right there.
yeah.
But I mean, it only came down a point right there, 2 points. So look like they're kind of getting stuck on that 52.
Yeah, watch the Nasdaq. It got rejected at the high. See what it tries if it goes back after it from here.
All these buyers right here finding out, they're like, maybe we're not as strong as we thought. Because at the 52.5 or whatever, they should have just had juice right there to just go up and take that top.
Yeah, they kind of got scooped in right there and sold right off that E open. But you're not really seeing much follow through from sellers here.
I know.
So it's kind of like, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's no real reason to get short because every time sellers try anything, they haven't
They
kind of,
just get bought up. Yeah.
yeah. And I think, I think what we'll see is maybe a quick liquidation break, and then that will snap all the shorts. That'll give us a little bit more juice. But until then, it's gonna.
Do you find that it often pauses this time of day, Brad?
Yeah, like E and F period normally are pretty slow. Normally E period is kind of when I pretty much hang it up. Is what I'm about to do, honestly, because it's so slow.
Mm-hmm.
And so basically, like what I'll do in times of days like this, if I'm not in a trade, I'll put an alert somewhere. Like, okay, hey, if it gets down to the 43.75, I want to see what the market is doing at that time, and so then I'm pull up a chart and kind of take a glance and see what we can see.
That's smart. That way you don't have to sit and stare at it.
Exactly.
And then the afternoon, do you find the afternoon usually has a move one way or the other?
Yeah, there's always like some good opportunities. It's just a matter of waiting. One, waiting for it to work out, and then two, waiting for it to get to the level that you're looking for it to work out at. But I don't typically trade the later day. I normally watch the close. I like to watch the close, but I don't normally trade the close or even the last hour most times.
I find a lot of movement always usually by the close, right?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. All you can eat. That's like the first 30 minutes of the day, and then the last 30 minutes to hour of the day. Normally got a lot of volume.
Yeah, and today you'll probably see some volatility towards the end of the day because of OPEX. So I mean, not a huge OPEX January, but still OPEX nonetheless. But yeah, I think I'm gonna call it here. I'm gonna go ahead and grab some lunch and just chill. I'll share my screen on Discord if anybody wants to jump in on Discord. I'll just have I'll have my mic on mute, but I'll be able to hear. So but yeah, other than that, you guys
Guys,
have
have a good day, man. See you tomorrow, hopefully, or Monday.
Monday, yeah. Yeah, you have a good weekend. Make sure that you're managing risk and sticking to your trade plan, and we'll catch you all later.